Hello there, my friends. My name is Aaron with Remax. First, I'm a real estate agent, and yes, I do have a polka dot red cup that matches my red shirt. This is just how I start my mornings. I'm just joking around. Thank you for watching the video. This is part 2 of the video I made last week about what to do in your first year as a real estate agent to make some money. And the whole idea of that video was to do more leases that will then turn into actual transactions, so that way you get a feel for the industry, you get to work with some clients, you get to get paid that week, and of course in the long run those clients come back to you, they refer you, they buy from you, then they sell from you, blah 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 blah, right? And I got a lot of questions just exactly how you get more lease clients, right? And furthermore, once you get the client, what do you do? I was getting questions like that, and I touched on it briefly towards the end of that video, but I can imagine, like, for somebody starting in the business, you would probably need a little bit more instructions and pretty much more guidance. So this video is for you, right? So how do you get leases? The easiest way is to go to your managing broker and every single high producer you have in your office and let them know you are willing to take care of their rental leads. All of them. They will simply just send them to you, because somebody who's making, let's say, $10,000, $15,000 a month as a top producer is not going to waste their time over a $400 paycheck, right? It just doesn't make any sense in terms of how much money they're getting back and how much time they're investing, right? Now, you have all the time in the world, because technically, in the scenario I've set up, you're the new agent, or at least you don't have enough business to support what you got going on. So you have a lot of time. So you can take these leads. So you talk to all the high producers, you give them your email, you tell them just to forward everything over, and you'll take care of it from there, right? And you make sure you make it as easy as possible for them to refer you business. And then you let your managing broker know that you will actually be working these leads. Because what happens is, a lot of the rentals, the office actually gets those phone calls. And most of the time, they can't get the listing agent on the phone. So what the managing broker will do will just go down a list and send it to the next agent that's due. But they know that about 80% of agents don't even want to work the rentals anyway. So just as human beings, they're going to naturally call the person who they know will take care of that lead that day. And that's going to be you, because you went to them and you told them that you're going to be taking care of these rentals, right? Another way you can get rental clients is, again, go to those high producers who have rental listings and ask them if you can just advertise that listing on apartments.com and Craigslist. The reason I say these two websites is because they're not the MLS does not syndicate to those websites, at least not in my area. So that gives you an opportunity to give their listing more exposure, and anybody that calls on that listing is going to be a tenant looking to rent. Bada boom, bada bing, you're in business, right? So that's how you get the client. Now, what do you do after the client? How do these rentals really work? It's super simple. The process of doing a rental in terms of finding the place is exactly the same as if they're going to buy. Except you go into the MLS, you go to residential rentals instead of detached single or attached single, however your MLS is set up. That's how mine is set up, right? You look up a bunch of properties, you find their favorites, you go show it, you schedule a showing the exact same way, you reach out to the agent, this, that, and the other, right? Once your client actually likes the place, here's all you got to do. Most of the time, the listing agent will have an application they want you to use, right? And they'll put that on the MLS, so it's a lot easier than you think. So you'll go on the MLS, just download the PDF, send it to your clients and have them fill it out, and they'll do a credit and background check, which, again, most cases, we're talking 95% of the time, is going to be facilitated, whatever word that is, by the listing agent. So you don't have to do any work, right? You just got to submit the application, and then they'll do a credit background check online, or you'll have to drop off a check and they'll do it in their office, whatever the case is. Everyone's different. Sometimes they'll let you do it. If they let you do it, I recommend my smart move. It's the one I always use. It just simplifies things. You just send a link, bada boom, bada bing, right? Now, once they get past the credit background check, it's a lot easier after that. What will happen is the listing agent, again, will prepare a lease. And all you have to do is send it to your clients for initials. If you're young or in the business right now, you've used DocuSign before. That's what I use. I get the lease, I'll look through it real quick, make sure everything is cool, and then I check off all the places my clients need to initial, send it over, boom. That's it. It's really that easy, and then now you have yourself a lease. Now, let me give you a couple of things to go by to make sure everything's in your favor. For credit, obviously, the better the credit, the better it is going to be for you, the easier it's going to be for you. For example, if you know your client has a 750 and a great job, you have a little bit, you have more room to negotiate, right? And you really can't negotiate too much on prices, but if you have an ideal client and you have a listing that's been sitting on the market for several weeks, then you have some wiggle room there, right? For income, you want to look for 3 times the rent, right? That's what a lot of landlords are going to be looking for. So if your rent is $1,000, they want to see you make around $3 grand a month, right? Simple enough. So you just got to provide pay stubs, all that good stuff, and which your client will do. Send it over to you, you forward over. It's really that easy, ladies and gentlemen. There's really nothing else to it. The only other thing I would recommend is just to be hands-on. Sometimes if you just email an application, it can get lost, because again, these are listing agents that are super busy. So what I would always recommend you do is you call the listing agent, let them know you're going to send an application, sell your client on actually getting the place. When I say sell your client, as in sell your client to the listing agent, so that way they can then turn around and sell your client to the landlord, right? So don't just be sending an email out, because I see a lot of agents will do that, and the rental market is competitive, so sometimes you'll have multiple applications, so you got to make sure you stand out. And the way you stand out is you make it so damn easy for the real estate agent to work with you. That's it, folks. That's it. So hopefully you can take this advice, go out there and make yourself some money. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe, like, and of course follow me on Instagram. That's where all the funny content is, at Aram G Realty. Thanks again, and have yourself a good day.